Welcome, everyone. Let me know if you're here in the chat and you can see me okay. For my conspiracies and rabbit holes, I'm going to go on dark mode. So this is a little bit different. I hope everyone is well. I just want to double check that I am in members only mode. Just double checking that I'm in members only mode. If you can let me know if I'm in members only mode, that would be great. Why can't I see my chat? Why can't I see my chat? Okay, so I am in members only mode, but I've only got one person watching, and that's probably me. Right, I need to have some people watching this show. Like, if nobody's watching this show, then there's no point me doing it. This is weird. So this is weird, guys. If you're members, can you drop a hello in the chat? If there's members here now, can you drop a hello in the chat, please? Because I can't be doing a show on my own. There's no point me doing a members show on my own because I'm the only person that's in it. So drop a hello in the chat if you're a member and you're watching. Please put a hello in the chat. I'm only going to do this for like 5 minutes. If I haven't got more than like 20 people in here, then there's just no point. Like, there's just no point. There's no point me doing a members show on my own, like a live members show by myself. Like, you have to put a hello in the chat. Like, I need to be interacting with people. Okay, Polo's here. Brilliant. All right, so we're getting a few people. Okay, that's good. Okay, once we've got a few people, then I'll start the show, and I'll start sharing some videos. Okay, but for the conspiracies and rabbit holes, we're going in dark mode. Okay, so we're going to do the show in the dark because it's fun, because it's all evil and it's dark and it's spooky, and that's what this show is going to be about, being very spooky. So I got some wild stuff to play you. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Casper Site. If you haven't seen him, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, check it out. It's amazing. Big up, Peter. Hope you're well. Haven't seen you for a while, mate. Good to have you here. Also, Polo. Always great to see you in there, mate. Okay, so let's kick this off. Have you got the old Enjoy Old School dance tune? The Enjoy Old School dance tune is a banger. You know what I'll do, Polo? I will find a remix for you and I will put it in the next show. Okay? There you go. I'll find a remix for you and I will whack it in my next show. All right, buddy. That's a banger tune. Okay, so what we'll show you is I'm going to show you this video. Okay, this is wild. It's absolutely wild. Okay, this is wild. All right, I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even know what to say after watching this video. Okay, so let's have a conversation around this video. Okay, we need to have a conversation around this video. All right, because my head nearly fell off. All right, I explained this to my wife, and my wife's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Seriously, like, this is a guy on a major US TV channel, yeah, talking brazenly about CERN and Three Eye Atlas and some wild bonkers stuff. I'm not kidding you, okay? This is remote viewing. Remote viewing is a real thing, okay? There was classified documents from the CIA which got released, yeah, and they employ remote viewers. They employ remote viewers. They have them working for the CIA. They have them working for DARPA. It is a real thing, okay? I'm going to play you this video, all right? Okay, I'm going to play you this video, all right? I don't know what you're going to say. I genuinely don't. But my head's going to fall off when I watch it again because it is the most incredible. Honestly, have a look at Casper Sight's face, okay? This guy is he's never fazed by a lot of stuff. But this one, look at his face when the guy starts talking about the stuff he talks about. All right. All right. I'm just going to be quiet and let you listen to it. All right. It's about 5 minutes.
And I basically was determining that it was more of a craft, more of a mothership.
Okay.
I'm not the only one who, came up with this idea. Like I already basically expressed it to other people I know. And a lot of other remote viewers have also been saying that, yeah, I can confirm whatever you've been seeing. And then more recently, I was in touch with a person, like a scientist. So I spoke to an astrophysicist who worked at CERN, and she opened up to what she experienced there. And I was quite amazed by the content. So indirectly, she was introduced to me from a person in the intelligence world, and she felt compelled to address it. She was more of a consultant working for CERN.
Okay.
And as a young...
So basically, if you know what CERN is, right? CERN is like where they fire particles around and round and round, like 99.9% the speed of
Right.
of light.
CERN,
And
yeah,
they
we all
collide
know
the
about
particles
CERN,
together
okay?
and see
We all
what
know about
happens,
CERN. Some
yeah?
wild shit goes on in CERN
person,
with
she was basically
dark matter
at the same time
and wild
shocked
stuff.
and
Listen to
excited
this.
about what she saw and what she heard. And the content of that was at CERN, they've used their collider to open up a portal to communicate with extraterrestrial beings.
Whoa.
And one of them are the occupants from Three Eye Atlas.
Okay. That's an incredible statement. So
Yeah.
you remote viewed Three Eye Atlas. Did you...
If he's making this shit up, man, like just imagine when they actually do release the photos, or something doesn't happen out of all this, how stupid is he going to look? So it just makes you think, well, is there some sort of truth?
do that on your own, or were you tasked with this assignment?
I was tasked by the same intelligence people I'm working with to look at the object because those had concern.
He was tasked by intelligence. Did you hear that? An intelligence organization. He was tasked. This guy is working for an intelligence organization. Okay? He's not just like Joe Blogs. Yeah, he's not just Joe Blogs. He's one of the most influential remote viewers in the world, and he has a team. And he was tasked by an intelligence organization to do this. Do we think maybe that was the CIA? Intelligence organization? But it's the fact that he was contacted by someone from MI5 to then put him in touch with somebody from CERN. And the person from CERN said to him, what you've experienced in your remote viewing, I can back that up, that we have been in contact with an alien ship from the a Draco alien ship. I'm not making this up. A Draco alien ship. We've been in contact with them, and they're coming to Earth. And it's 3i Atlas. Listen to the rest. He's not finished.
But what I saw as a remote viewer was a mothership with occupants on board, and they were mostly Draco reptilian occupants.
Okay.
That's what I saw.
Draco
as a remote viewer.
reptilian
And
occupants.
And that was corroborated by other remote viewers seeing.
Like, are we like am I lost here? Like, have I suddenly fell into like this wormhole of this rabbit hole? Like, this is a guy who was working for an intelligence agency, remote viewing 3i Atlas with lots of other people, and they all said it was an alien ship. All of them. They've all said it's an alien ship. Yeah. Okay. Let's roll that back a bit. Yeah. Let's just roll that back a little bit. Yeah. Because I don't know where we're going here. Because this is bonkers. Yeah. Okay. So let's roll that back a bit. Yeah. Let's talk about a couple of things that we know about 3i Atlas. Okay. I can't believe I'm doing another show on 3i Atlas. Like, this thing just never stops. It never ever stops. Okay. What do we know about 3i Atlas? Okay. What we know about 3i Atlas is it came from the Libra constellation. Yeah. It came from the Libra constellation, which is in the middle of the Milky Way in the galaxy. Yeah. There's only 3 other interstellar objects which have entered our solar system that we know of. Yeah, because we haven't been scanning stuff for that long, because we haven't had the technology that we know of. Okay. Right. In 1977, the year I was born, you have the wow signal. Okay. The wow signal is a signal that came back from the same place. It was about 4 degrees like distance away from where this object came from, that gave us a frequency signal in 1977. And somebody wrote next to it, wow. That's why it's called the wow signal. Okay. We got a signal back from that location. That's where 3i Atlas comes from. Okay. Couple of other things we need to know about 3i Atlas. 3i Atlas. 3i Atlas is a comet. Comets leave a tail, which is a massive trail of dust and gas that follow it as it flows in one direction. 3i Atlas doesn't have a tail that naturally points in the direction that it's traveling. 3i Atlas' tail always points away from the sun, whatever direction it is. Always points away from the sun. Could be a booster. Okay? 3i Atlas slows down and speeds up every 17 seconds. That's not natural. That's not natural for an asteroid. It's not natural for a comet. Okay? We know this because we've studied comets and asteroids. Okay. Comets are normally formed of ice. Yeah? That's why they have a massive tail, because they've normally got a lot of ice on them. This is zinc alloy. Not something natural. It's a zinc alloy, which means it could be a ship. Okay? 3i Atlas has also changed 3 different colors. It was blue, it was green, now it's white. Whatever you want to say about that. 3i Atlas happens to be going to the 3 places where Earth has sent probes: Mars, Venus, Jupiter. 3 places that Earth has sent probes. The only 3 planets where there's light on the ground, where there's light, which means you can see stuff. Yeah, all the other planets you can't see stuff. Okay, you can't actually see stuff because of the gases and whatever it is. All of these planets are made of a huge amount of carbon. Okay, there's a huge amount of carbon on these planets. Okay, and they're all planets that Earth have sent probes to. Funny enough, and we've got photos of being on the ground. So we've landed things on the ground on Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. None of the others, just those. And that's exactly where 3i Atlas is going. Okay, another thing which is wild, which you should be genuinely worried about, which genuinely scares the shit out of me. It scares the shit out of me, okay? 3i Atlas happens to be disappearing behind the sun. So it will be a perihelion, which means it will disappear behind the sun and we won't be able to see it. And we haven't got any satellites or anything of any nature that we can actually look at 3i Atlas until it comes out from behind the sun. And when it comes out from behind the sun, it will be the end of November. If 3i Atlas can slow down and maneuver, it could be right on top of Earth without us even knowing. The next time we see 3i Atlas, it could be literally in Earth's orbit, which is 650 miles. 650 miles is Earth's orbit. It could be in Earth's orbit. I am not joking you. I'm not joking you. And there's one more thing that you need to know about 3i Atlas, which nobody's talking about. All of NASA's cameras and video footage and anything that they were providing on this object, they all shut down. They've all shut down. And nobody's given any information on what the fuck this thing is. Nobody. Gone quiet. Gone quiet. The last time NASA turned off their cameras on a comet was Oumuamua in 2018. And that's funny because there was a lot of people that said Oumuamua was a fucking spaceship that landed near Saturn. Go and look it up. Someone's got a photograph of it. Someone's got a photograph of it, and it looks like a spaceship's landed on one of Saturn's rings. That's Oumuamua. And one more thing is every single comet moves. The last comet that we viewed traveled 1,000 miles. Like, moved 1,000 miles. One of them moved 100,000 miles. This hasn't moved more than 10 miles. It is being fucking driven. It's being flown. It hasn't moved one bit. Like, not one bit. Like, it stayed on course the whole time. Like it's being controlled. Have a listen to what else the guy says.
The same thing.
That's correct. Yes.
The ship and Draco.
That's correct. One of them is John Vivenco, who is also
you can go find
a
out.
remote viewer.
Mm-hmm.
And
John
he
Vivenco,
announced it
he's a
publicly as
remote
well.
viewer.
And other people from the Stargate program as well. So they basically all came up with the same idea. And when I was asked to talk to this astrophysicist, I was kind of surprised because I had no contacts at CERN directly. And then all of a sudden I was talking to this woman. And she was telling me that the portal that was opening up to speak to those beings was already in existence, like almost like in a boardroom setting. So they show up and then they interact with scientists and communicate directly with them.
Okay, wait. So
Did you just hear that? Did you just hear that? The portal was already open with CERN, yeah? And not only that, it was like a boardroom setting. So it was like in a boardroom and they just appear. Like these reptilian Dracos, okay? Wait a minute. I did just say reptilian. I literally did just say reptilian. I did. Reptilian Draco aliens, yeah? Holograms appeared out of the boardroom desk and they were telepathically talking to the scientists at CERN. This is what she said to him. Look at the guy's face. He really doesn't know how to
I know
react.
this is some of our audience might understand what you're saying, but to be clear, CERN already has a room and a technology to open a portal to talk to extraterrestrials.
Yes,
But recently, they also used it to communicate with the beings on 3i Atlas.
that's correct.
Okay, go
Yes. So those beings introduce themselves as such, like so we are the occupants of this object. I don't know exactly what were the exact communication to address the object, if they say it was 3i Atlas or something else, I don't know. But somehow the scientists knew it was from 3i Atlas for what was coming.
Okay.
And they did not show up physically. They show up as holograms.
on.
Now, I didn't really know how they look like, so I didn't really ask the question, which is kind of silly of me. But they apparently showed up as holograms. They looked tall. That's what she said, and they communicated telepathically with every
what
single
she said.
scientist in the room,
Wow.
and they all got the same message, which is that they are coming in peace, and they're just trying to come over here to gather all the star seeds of this planet. That's pretty much, to me, it's kind of a cryptic message. I don't know what that means exactly, but that's how they introduce themselves as to come here.
So when you remote viewed, did you pick up on that intention as well?
Yes and no. I believe that the direct reptilians, will be coming to Earth, but as to know what the exact intent, that I could not really say.
Well, this is an extraordinary development.
So, CERN opens up portal, chatting to alien beings on the 3i Atlas. A bit too far-fetched? What do you reckon, mate? That's what I found out so far about the 3i Atlas updates. I'm so glad I looked into that today, because that's pretty mental.
Okay, so that's crazy. Okay, that's just totally wild. All right. I also want to do a big shout out to Arnie Klopp, mate. You're an absolute legend, man. Giving all these memberships to everyone. Thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. By the way, drop your charity thing in for your moustache thing, because you're doing Movember, because surely that's like a charity thing. So drop the link in my chat there, mate, and see if anyone wants to donate. Also, big up Fonzie. Oh, Fonzie's not here. He just received a membership. That's wild. That is so wild. I've got something else for you as well. Hang on. It is before this, there was another video which where is it? This. So, in case you didn't know about this, this was actually picked up by NASA, and it looks like a giant spaceship, which is the size of a planet, basically taking energy from the sun.
Hours straight. absorbing plasma. Despite initial skepticism, images from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory confirmed the event. Scientists were baffled by the object's massive size and ability to withstand the intense heat and radiation of the sun. Some speculated that it could be an alien spacecraft or a natural phenomenon yet to be discovered. What do you think?
Like, there's loads of videos about that. There's loads. This happened.
That's real. That is from NASA.
Right?
That's real. That's real.
So my
shit,
question
okay?
is,
that really did happen.
Although it's
there's
not
no,
this
like,
close to the sun,
there's no bullshit about that.
is
That
it
came
using
from
the
NASA's
sun's
fucking-
energy? Is it like bloody Superman?
Look at it.
Just
That is
has
a
to
monster of a
look up
object.
into the
Whether that's
into the sky
planet,
and
whether
he
that's
gets his powers back.
Death
And then,
Star.
like,
I
do you know
have
what I mean?
no fucking idea. That
And
is
the
hovering
reason
there
that
and
I
taking
know it's
plasma energy
far-fetched,
from the sun,
but
and
I'm just echoing what Avi Loeb said.
That
If we
is
don't ask these
absolutely
questions,
mind
no
blowing,
matter how silly,
boggling, whatever you want to call it.
we potentially might never get the answers.
There you go.
If we dismiss.
So that's that, which is insane, absolutely insane. Yeah, and I don't really know where to go from that, because that is just what you just witnessed was an absolute mind melt. But what I can say, yeah, let me just take the screen off for a sec. It all makes a lot of sense. And the reason why I'll say it is we all know that in the Vatican there's no more popes. There's no more popes on the wall. Like, this is the last pope. In fact, let me show you the image of the Pope wall. Let me show you the image of the Pope wall in the Vatican. Okay. Okay, so this is the image of the Pope wall. Okay. Where is it? Okay, so this is right here. It is. Okay, so let me just share this, and we can all look at this, because this is real. Okay, this is real. All right, like the Vatican has no more popes. There's no more popes left. Okay, like right. So that's the last pope. Yeah. And what happens is his picture will go onto the wall. Actually, am I viewing this? Yeah, I am here. Okay. Actually, I'm not viewing the right screen. Sorry. Okay, so his picture will go onto the wall. Yeah. This will go onto the wall as a mosaic. Oh, fuck's sake. Hang on. Let me go back. It's here. Okay, so it goes on like a mosaic. Okay, so it goes on as a mosaic here, there. Yeah, so it will go in that slot there. There is only one left. There's only one left. There's only one more gap left. And they're finished. And there's no more. Like, that's it. Like, that is the last pope. According to the Vatican, according to historian and the prophecy and all the other stuff, there is not meant to be any more popes left. This is the last pope. And the end of the church happens after this pope. Well, doesn't that make fucking sense? Does that not make a lot of sense? If there's a friggin' alien Draco ship coming to Earth, and it could land or be here in a couple of months, then there will be no more religion. There'll be no more religion. There'll be no more church, because what are we worshipping? Like, why are we going to church? Because we know that it's fake. because we know there's aliens then. That's disclosure. That's the biggest disclosure you're ever going to get. You're not going to get any more disclosure than that. So it's kind of how it is for me. Like, it's kind of, there's not really a lot else to, and this is kind of what it looks like. There's this massive long line of popes. Hang on, let me find the actual picture. Where's the picture? There's a picture here. Trying to find the last picture. Oh yeah, there it is. It's actually there. Sorry, I missed it. Oh, hang on. So there's one more. There's two more left. Sorry. Well, no, there isn't. There's one more left now because it's gone. Hang on. Last Pope. Last Pope prophecy. Is it here? Yep, there it is. So this is it. Okay. So this picture here. Oh, hang on. I'm not sharing my screen again. Keep on forgetting to share my screen. Sorry. Yeah. So that's the last Pope that's just left. Oh, he died. Did he die or did he leave? He died. Yeah. So he's dead. And then you've got this one here, which is Pope Leo. There's no more. There's no more popes. like it is supposed to be the last pope. Like, is Francis the last pope? Well, no, he's not. It's the fucking next one, which is Leo, and it's crazy. The prophecy attributed to Saint Malachi describes a series of future popes, the last being Petrus Romanius, Peter the Roman. The prophecy foretells a time of great tribulation and persecution for the church, culminating in the destruction of Rome and the last judgment. Some interpretations suggest that Pope Francis, the 11th Pope in the prophecy, is the one preceding Peter the Roman, while others believe there may be unlisted popes between them. The end of Rome. Isn't it interesting, though, because... okay, so we'll read this bit out. Pope Francis, who was born Giorgio Mario Bergoglio, chose his papal name in honour of Saint Francis. One theory that seeks to confirm the Irish saint's final prophecy is Saint Francis's father's name is Peterio or Peter. In 1139, then Archbishop Malachi went to Rome from Ireland to give his account of his affairs. While there, he received a strange vision about the future that included the name of every pope, 112 in all from his time, who would rule until the end of time. We are now at the last prophecy. Saint Malachi gives us account of the visions of the Pope to Pope Innocent II, but the document remained unknown in the Roman archives until it was discovered in 1590. His predictions are taken very seriously, as one report states in 1958, before the conclave that would elect Pope John VIII, or whatever that is, Cardinal Spellman of New York hired a boat, filled it with sheep, and sailed it up and down the Tiber River to show that he was Pastor El Notor, the motto attributed to the next pope in all the prophecies. That is wild. That is crazy stuff. That the popes actually believe the prophecy themselves. They actually believe the prophecies themselves. I mean, at the end of the day, if the church is going to go through tribulation and it's going to be the end of Rome, then it's going to be because a fucking alien ship turns up. Does that not make a lot of sense? Like an alien ship turns up, and then the Catholic Church go, "Oh crap! Okay, we can't play the God card anymore, or the Jesus one. Like we can't make the Earth small. Like you're the smallest people, and we're the only ones, and there's nothing else out there. Well, that all went up in a big flame of shit because you lied. Because you lied your ass off. You lied your ass off for money. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through my history and just look at some of the videos that I've watched, some of the shorts I've watched, because I have been on an absolute mission watching some incredible, incredible shorts. Okay, what should we look at first? Right. Okay, so when did I go crazy looking at all the shorts? So Anunnaki, gods, or ancient astronauts. Okay, so what I want to do is I actually want to share my screen with the audio on so you can hear stuff, and then we can watch some of this stuff. Okay.
What if humanity's true origin story didn't begin in Eden, but among the stars? The Anunnaki, a mysterious race from ancient Sumerian mythology, have ignited one of history's most provocative debates. Over 4,000 years ago, the Sumerians, the first known civilization, wrote of powerful beings who descended from the heavens to shape human destiny. These weren't distant, invisible gods. They were described as physical, commanding, and deeply involved in human affairs. But what if these ancient deities were not gods at all, but extraterrestrial visitors, advanced beings mistaken for divine because of their otherworldly technology and knowledge? According to the ancient astronaut theory, the sudden rise of Sumerian innovation riding astronomy, agriculture, mathematics, and complex laws was no accident. Proponents suggest it was the result of contact with beings far beyond
It is interesting because
understanding.
everything when the human race
carvings show
advanced,
figures
it all
wearing what
advanced
appear
at
to
the
be
same
helmets,
time. It was like they were
holding objects
giving
that resemble modern
basically a
tools,
rule, basically a
or
book.
standing being
Like,
rocket-like
here you go, just follow these
structures.
rules. Here's
Were
how you
these
farm,
the
here's how you
creative
do
symbols of
agriculture,
early
here's how you
artists
have
or
systems,
attempts to
here's how you have a
record what they
government.
actually
Like, they
saw?
literally all happened
Skeptics
at the same
insist
time.
these depictions are purely mythological, symbols of divine power rather than evidence
And they
of
also
alien
knew about the
contact.
star systems. Like, they
Yet,
knew that we were
the
in a solar
question
system
remains
when that
tantalizing.
didn't get discovered
How
until
did
like the
humanity
1600s,
advance so quickly,
which is insane.
seemingly
Because that
out
was
of
like
nowhere?
10,000
Whether
years
gods
before
or
that.
visitors, the
And then you've also
Anunnaki
got all
compel us
of the
to look
ancient
deeper into our
tools
origins
that
and to
created
wonder
the
if
pyramids
the
and
truth of
cut
who
the
made
rocks and the
us
stones
lies
and
not beneath our feet,
created all of these
but
incredible
beyond the stars. What if
architectural,
humanity's true origin story didn't
just
begin
masterpieces
in Eden,
which are basically in
but
the
among
middle
the
of the
stars?
jungle. Like,
The Anunnaki,
the Sahara
a
Desert
mysterious
was like
race from ancient Sumerian mythology,
a huge
have
zone where there
ignited
was
one of history's
water
most
and
provocative
wildlife and
debates.
a massive trade
Over
route. Like, just look at some of the
4,000 years
ancient
ago,
African
the
maps
Sumerians,
from like the
the first
1500s.
known
Something
civilization,
happened.
wrote of
Something
powerful
happened.
beings who descended from the heavens.
I
to
also
shape
want to show you this. Where is it? A bit further down. Where are we looking? So we're looking at so we're looking at some of this stuff here. Just bear with me. that is insane. Like, that video there is insane. Lebanon's greatest mystery solved by AI, but it's even crazier than that. Like, it's even crazier than that. Like they say Baalbek was created with ancient tools, but it was created with tools that didn't exist. Like, so AI even poo-pooed the actual idea of it, of other stuff, which is crazy. So this was a Oumuamua.
You guys hear about that interstellar object coming into orbit?
Whoa! For real?
The lights that you're seeing, it's caused by different exposures. So each dot represents its speed and rotation. So it's outside. You guys hear about that interstellar object coming into orbit?
Whoa!
What the?
For real?
The lights that you're seeing, it's caused by different exposures. So each dot represents its speed and rotation. So it's outside of our solar system right now. It's entering our solar system. It's moving retrograde, which is super wild. They've observed it accelerating and slowing down. It's named 3I Atlas, 7 miles in diameter, bigger than Mount Everest, making it the largest interstellar object ever spotted. It's traveling at 130,000 miles per hour. This is what's also super weird, that it's almost like it's directing itself to where it's going to use the gravitational pull of Mars, I think Venus, to basically slingshot itself around the sun. October 29th, it's basically going to go dark behind the sun, and they don't know what's going to happen or what path it's going to take when it exits rotation around the sun. Like, it could be headed straight towards Earth.
Dude, what if it just comes around the corner of the sun? It's just like 3 times bigger.
This dude from Harvard and colleagues have proposed that 3I Atlas could be intelligent alien technology, citing its unusual orbit alignment with Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. So they're saying, that thing's crazy. You guys hear about that interstellar object coming into orbit?
Whoa!
Bear with me. I'm just looking for more stuff. 2 seconds. Right. Okay, I'm going to play you this as well because this is brilliant. It's only 4 minutes long, but it's amazing. Okay, I'm going to play you this video because I watched it recently and I thought it was brilliant. Okay, it's called Fraudulent Slip. Okay. I'm going to play it from here. Okay. Are you ready for this?
We are not targeting anyone else in Gaza but civilians. Hamas is cynically, but rather terrorists, of course.
People are trying to suggest that there is some sort of moral equivalence. There is no moral equivalence. We are not the victims.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Sorry, we are the victims.
We are not the victims. It's funny this. Watch this.
Russian elections are rigged. Political opponents are imprisoned or otherwise eliminated from participating in the electoral process. The result is an absence of checks and balances in Russia and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Iraq.
It was at this moment
of Iraq.
He knew. He fucked up.
I mean, of Ukraine.
Because he's the guy who
Men
did
and women of the finest military in the world.
Ready?
Most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah, Michael and I.
Michael and
also
I.
want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today.
Michael and I.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Michael and I.
A policeman isn't there to create disorder. The policeman is there to preserve disorder.
Of this country, including Osama, Obama.
Obama? I've never thought of this one before. Was Obama Osama? Was Obama Osama? Really?
Word of
about the president. For 7.5 years, I've worked alongside him, and I'm proud to have been his partner. And we've had triumphs. We've made some mistakes. We've had some sex.
It was at this moment that he
Had
knew.
some sex?
He f***ed up.
They want us to leave. That's what they want us to do. And I think the world would be better off if we did leave.
It was at this moment that he knew.
We did leave.
He f***ed up.
If we didn't, if
I thought
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
And neither do we.
It was at this moment that he
Yeah, so I thought you'd like that one. And my wife found an absolute corker, which I'm going to show you, okay?
I came across a...
This is going to blow your mind. If you didn't know about this, then you need to look into it, because this one is going to blow your mind. Check this out, all right? You can big up my wife on this one because she discovered this.
conspiracy today that I have never heard of, and I don't know how I haven't. Gotta get my conspiracy theory socks on for this one. And this is for entertainment purposes only, and only for fun, and yada yada yada, and on and on. These are the 3 men that escaped from Alcatraz Island in 1962, and they were never found. Never apprehended, never seen again. Supposedly. These are the 3 astronauts that landed on the moon in 1969. Supposedly. Just 7 years after the men from Alcatraz had escaped and disappeared. Huh.
Every single one of them
No,
looks
I'm not saying that
identical.
this means anything.
I'm not
A
joking
lot of
yet.
people look like other people. And of course, this is probably just a
Every
coincidence.
single
because it
one.
can't be anything but a coincidence, right?
Every
Right?
single one
And let's just suspend
looks
belief for a
like-
second and ask ourselves this question. Why would they
looks
do
like the
this?
escapees from
Why
Alcatraz.
would they use these convicts and turn them into these astronauts, if that were the case? I guess it's probably the same reason that they supposedly did this. It's all just very interesting. What are your thoughts on this? I came across a conspiracy today that I...
So, would you like to see? So in 2025, they finally said that they'd found the prisoners. But this is crazy. Like, hang on. So did the inmates who escaped survive? Because that's who they say they are.
See it? Yeah, there's a movie about the actual escape from Alcatraz. These guys had made a paper mache model of their face, put some pillows and threw a blanket over it, and the guards, when they would go to check, thought these guys were still in their bed. Meanwhile, they had tunneled a hole through the wall of the cell. Frank Morris and the brothers Clarence and John Anglin, who made it out of prison in June of 1962, were never seen again. Nobody knows for sure whether they made good on their escape or drowned in the attempt. Tales of man-eating sharks and killer currents spread by prison guards, of unassailable Alcatraz and the impossible swim. Did you see it? Yeah, there's a movie.
Okay, so they happen to be the guys that escaped from Alcatraz, and they also happen to look like the 3 astronauts that went to the moon. Really? Like, really? Like, are you Are you shitting me? Like, they actually look like the astronauts that went to the moon. But then again, we're not going to make that up, are we? Are we going to make that up? How are we going to make that up when this guy says this?
Been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. It's my question. I want to know what I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
Why?
Buzz Aldrin confessed to a kid. Confessed to a kid.
You want to hear something really fascinating?
Sure. I have a friend who takes people free diving with whales. So you're with a snorkel and you're swimming. This is like out in Fiji, and you're in the water with the whales, and you're not, you're just on the surface of the water with your snorkel looking down, and the whales choose whether or not they want to come up to you. These whales come up to the people, and here's the thing: if the whale starts talking to another whale, when they sing, the volume and all of the water is vibrating with the whale song. And she said that it vibrates every molecule in your body. And she said people a lot of times have to stop what they're doing and come up for air because they instantly start crying, because the vibration moves through them, and it's so overwhelming and it's so beautiful that they can't handle it. It just immediately emotionally breaks you, feeling the whale song go through your body.
You want
to...
You do not need to be like...
If you look at where the pyramid is, right?
Okay.
So it's really the seal of Solomon, right? So if you connect the M, the A, the S, the O, and the N, it spells Mason. So it goes upside down like this, and then like this.
Oh, we've not seen celebrities do that, have we? How many celebrities have we seen do that? Elon Musk does that all the time. All the time, Elon Musk does that.
It's 2 pyramids. Solomon, right? And then did you see the owl on there? The secret owl?
No, where's that?
Never seen the owl on the... This is on your money, you guys. You guys spend this every day, and you guys never seen this.
An owl is on the dollar?
Yeah. So you need a magnifying glass, but it's up here somewhere, right where the one is. You need a magnifying glass, but it's on there, right? And then it's Anuit Corceptus, right? So you know what that means?
No.
Okay. So, and I'll break that down in Novus Ordo Seclorum. New Order of the Ages. And then Anuit Corceptus means he signals the beginning. Who are they talking about? In God we trust. Which God are we talking about? God doesn't need money. So, Antichrist. We're the beast system right now, you guys. This is why I love crypto, because it's the exact opposite of this shit. It's not.
Have you ever heard the natives Papua New Guinea and the songs that they sing?
Can we hear that?
Yeah.
I've lived a life that most couldn't imagine.
The only bird that
we are not brothers.
Have you ever heard the phrase, they don't make them like they used to? Well, there's a reason why. It's called the planned obsolescence. So back in 1924 in Geneva, Switzerland, a group of elites met together. They all owned light bulb manufacturers.
Uh-oh.
And they said, our light bulbs last too long. They all noticed their sales are going down because their light bulbs were too good. Their light bulbs at that time could run for about 2,000 hours. They're like, we need to cut that in half. So they all agreed, all shook on it. We need to make crappier products to sell more. They all had to send their light bulbs to get tested, and if it went over 1,000 hours, that company was fined. And so from that meeting, they came up with a term to call themselves the Phoebus Cartel. Phoebus is the god of light, and that term, planned obsolescence, was adopted. Have you ever heard the phrase, they don't make them like they used to?
So I'm going to...
When you're dealing with a psychopath,
If you look at the group of people who meet through the BIS,
play some more of
the
this
BIS
stuff.
is the Bank of International Settlements, and it's the central bank of central banks.
Where is that located?
It's in Basel, Switzerland. It has 63 of the most powerful central banks as its members, and the New York Fed and the Fed are both shareholders. They became shareholders in 1994.
In one sentence, what's the purpose of the Bank of International Settlements?
Okay, so there are two things you need to know about the Bank of International Settlements.
I'm not sure my brain's big enough for this. But
They've also
It
got
is. It
a
has
building
sovereign
that looks like the
immunity.
Tower of Babel.
It's above the law.
It's its own country.
Right. It's its own country. It has
Looks like
its own
Babel.
police force.
Tower of
And
Babel.
essentially, other than one of its staff being in a car accident or, minor things, no one has the legal authority to move against it. Number two, it can move money and hold it on its balance sheet and manage money secretly. If I want to steal $21 trillion from the U.S. government and park it on the balance sheet of the BIS, it can move it anywhere in the world and it can keep it on its balance sheet secretly.
First of all, where does its power? Like, who empowered it to have sovereign immunity and the right
It was
to...
created after World War I, and it was created in theory to manage the reparations of the German government. But if you read the real history, it was because the Bank of England and the central bankers wanted an entity that had sovereign immunity. If you look at the group of people
Wow,
who
you
meet
ready
through
for
the
that one?
BIS,
What's that?
the
Look at this. This is the Vertigan family from Massachusetts.
You want to hear something really fascinating?
Sure.
Above the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid.
Imagine venturing into
the conditions on a wartime U-boat. Just
Hey, Chris, we can't help but notice the windows behind you. What do you see when you look out a window?
Let's see. I can see the world. I can see where we are right now, which is just off the coast of South America. I can look up and see space, but plus through the window I can see the space station. I can see the big solar arrays and the pieces of the space station. But that way is universe, and that way is the world. And the world is this beautiful big blue curve. It's gorgeous. And it's really fun to float to the window and see South America right there out your window. It's like a present, like a gift every time that suddenly gets opened when you go to the window.
Hey, Chris, we can't help but notice the windows behind you. What do you see when you look out a window?
You want to hear something really fascinating?
Sure.
One thing to remember, and this is very important, all of you were brought up in this mythology that we dropped the bomb and it was very amoral. The United States invasion, we all say, well, it saved the invasion of Japan, and it might have done that, but I don't think that's quite the way we should look at it. The way we should look at it is Curtis LeMay had 2,400 B-29s that from March 11th until August 11th had burned down 75% of the cities of Japan. After Okinawa was declared secure on July 2nd of 1945, the distance from Okinawa to the mainland was not 1,600 miles, it was about 375 miles. So he would have burned down the entire country of Japan by December of 1945 and killed probably 2 million Japanese. The atomic bomb was much less lethal than the March 11th napalm attack. That was the most devastating day in the history of warfare. 100 to 150,000 Japanese died on March 11th.
You want to hear something really fast?
Here's what scientists are doing. This is a hoot. They're still saying this. They're saying, oh yeah, there's a field out there that connects everything, and their hands are doing this. The field's not out there. We're the field. 50 trillion cells in the human body. Every one of those cells has about 100 trillion atoms emerging from the field and collapsing into the field right now. You and I, we're constantly, the atoms in our bodies are emerging and collapsing into that field. We are the field, and that is what makes us so powerful. This is why we can heal our bodies almost instantly. instantaneously when we know how to access this part of ourselves, because we hold the blueprint that tells those atoms how to express when they come into the body. If you've got something you don't like in your body, what you do is you are using the gift of imagination to create a new blueprint for that atom to come into. And that sounds crazy to some people. And there's a lot of science that's struggling with this. But when you get into the quantum world, you get into the fact that the Higgs field exists, you get into the fact that imagination in the mirror neurons of the human brain were only discovered in 2004. They don't know the difference between watching an experience and having an experience. You can be on the couch on a Sunday afternoon watching the Joe Rogan show with an exciting guest. You're just laying there, but your heart might be racing and your body's perspiring, your muscle, or maybe you're watching soccer, because your neurons don't know the difference between watching and having the experience. This is why porn is so addictive. They're going to kick up the same addictive chemicals, the same dopamine, the same levels of adrenaline. Here's where our power comes from, because the image can be imagined. When we are able to hold an image of ourselves fully enabled, fully capacitated, fully healed, fully awakened, hold that image. What we're actually doing is we're programming the body. Here's what scientists are doing. This is a hoot. They're still saying this. They're saying, oh yeah, there's a field out there that connects everything, and their hands are doing this. Field's not out there. We're the field.
I will put another one of these in for Sunday, but I don't know whether I'll do it or not, but I'll put one in for Sunday. And we can all chill out and watch another hour's worth of me watching some crazy stuff and showing you some crazy stuff. But today, I hope you enjoyed the 3i Atlas drop, because that was wild. And go and do your research. If you like this stuff, go and do your research. Go and find out who the remote viewers are. Go and find out who the person from CERN was. But what we do know from CERN is CERN 100% has opened up a portal. They have done some crazy stuff at CERN. We know they've done some crazy stuff at CERN. Remember, the place had to get shut down. Remember, it had to get shut down. Yeah, it got shut down for quite a while, for a few months. Probably because they opened a fucking portal to the other side or another dimension, and they freaked the fuck out. And the Draco reptilians are on the way. And we'll see what happens. But I'll do another show on Sunday. I'll put it in the calendar. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Drop a super like or a super thanks. Someone there. Just support the channel. Glad you're all members. If you do want other members to join, drop some memberships, just like Arnie Klopp did. Really appreciate that, mate. Really appreciate it. And also, thank you so much, Peter, for all the super chats and all the memberships that you've dropped in the past. I hope you're well, mate. And Polo Mint, let me work on that Enjoy track for the next show. Maybe I'll do a show tomorrow, maybe not, depending on how I feel. But I hope you've all enjoyed the show tonight, members, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.